Da, 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 da. What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Box Out Boys podcast. We are the NBA podcast of the people, your home for lukewarm takes and substandard analysis. I'm Titus Two Shots Dominguez, and joining me tonight, it's Chris, the Stats Man Gorman. Hit him with the stats, Chris.
Hey, I will have stats
In the next week. Chris is not having stats. It's okay. We're still in the off season, but also getting in it tonight. He has to manicure a new lawn now, but it's the lawn boss, Ray McCroskey. Get that, Joe.
We're going to talk about other sports tonight. Our first time.
Yeah, was this our first time talking about other sports?
I think so.
Wow,
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Sports.
And cleaning up all our echoes and weirdness is the Doughboy super producer, Adam Bruns. How love tonight, Adam?
They are lovely.
Ooh, lovely.
Juicy.
So we
As
are,
always.
as always. He's so kind. Well, as Joey kind of hinted there, we are doing a athlete draft tonight. And we're continuing this is our final off-season, off-topic episode of the summer. Starting in 2 weeks, we're going to get back into the full swing and start doing basketball coverage. We might have a little bit of some basketball notes at the end of the show to kind of warm you up for the following week. I know we're kind of been all over the place here this summer, but it's been fun. I know we're having a good time. You guys are probably having a good time. This is our last one. We are doing a athlete draft, non-basketball athlete. So we are going to draft 5-person teams, rosters, if you will, just like how we did last week, kind of made a meal out of something. This is a 5-person roster that is going to make up our non-basketball athletes. I guess we can go favorites, we can go best. We're kind of not sure how you do it. Let's start with you, Joey. What's going to be your approach to the draft? How do you feel about this, and how do you feel about like the off-season stuff in general?
Yeah, I've loved the off-season stuff. It's been fun to disconnect from the NBA world. I'm so ready though. Like, there's nothing on TV anymore at nights. I'm ready to watch every Bulls game and be a sicko. Approach-wise, though, I feel like if I give you my approach, I'm going to give away some of my picks here, but
Hit the links.
Mine are not team based.
Oh,
okay. It's very, very.
I don't
few
know what that
team-
means.
Yeah,
individual
very few-
sports.
Very few team based.
Oh, I assumed
picks
you'd
here.
go that direction. I feel like you
Yeah.
have a lot of golf, tennis,
Tennis,
So,
maybe some.
boxing.
Ooh,
So-
I do have some similar thoughts. I'm going to be going a lot of non-team sports, but that's again, I feel like we're going to be different here. Chris, what is your overall strategy and how you've been?
Yeah, my overall strategy as I've been thinking extensively about this segment for the pod tonight is going with athletes that, like, when I look up their stats, it's like, oh my god, how did they do that? How are they doing that? And I just want to say how amazing they are one more time.
That's
All
awesome.
right.
I will also be going a lot from my heart. I want athletes that I want to root for and that I have enjoyed watching in my life. So I will be going that route quite a bit. And we'll see. I can go a lot of ways. I wrote down about 10, 15 names here, so just off the top. And we'll see who we end up with. So before we started our show, we got our order. Chris will be going first. Joey will be getting the second pick, and then I will be getting the third pick. And then obviously after that, we will be snake drafting the rest of the way until we get 5-man rosters. And then you guys tell us who's taking home the crown for the best non-athlete team. All right, Chris, without any further ado, get us started. Who is the number 1 overall pick in the non-basketball athlete draft?
So, okay. Now that I have the number 1 pick, I feel like I have to be kind of chalky on it. I had to go with someone who I would think is on your guys' list.
Let's see.
I'm gonna save my chicken salad sandwich kind of picks for later.
Nice. Thank you.
Now bring that right off the top.
Nice.
I'm just gonna say Muhammad Ali.
Oh
right
wow! All right,
here.
you're going classic. Okay,
Yeah, I gotta go
like
with the
it.
classic.
Ali.
He
Good pick.
Yeah, he had the most incredible boxing career of anybody, heavyweight champion of all time. His nickname of the greatest is kind of
Shook up the world.
unoriginal, but also like I guess original at that time because he was the greatest and the first to have it. Yeah, I don't have much else to say about Muhammad Ali, but it just feels like the most obvious number 1 pick.
You know what? I will say, as far as number 1 picks go, I was kind of curious how this was going to go. I think that's a great number 1 overall non-basketball athlete draft pick. I mean, you got Ali, man. Come on. Folks like a butterfly sting likes to be. Joey,
It's a great choice. It's a great choice. Not on my list.
Not on my list either.
Not on your okay.
But-
Some different approaches.
But I have
Struck out on that
I have no argument with
Yeah.
that decision. I think that's a perfect pick. Game changer,
Now
very
I'm interested to
popular,
see what
kind
you
of
guys
just
got going on here.
all around well known. I think that's a good pick. I like it.
He crossed my mind. I'm like, all right, if I'm picking Ali, then I gotta get Babe Ruth in there too. Like, oh, I'm going for like the all-time.
Okay, no, Babe Ruth smoked cigars and was drinking beer during games. That's not athlete.
It's not athlete. All right. Hey, he's got like 700 something dingers. So
Easy, Dennis Rodman.
easy run. All right, Joey, you have the number 2 pick in the non-athlete draft. Hit us with it.
Number 2 pick. I think this is, you can't argue this one at all. But Mr. Tiger Woods.
Nice.
Hey, I knew you'd go with him.
Tiger.
I should have done.
I thought you were taking Tiger. I was like, I think he's taking Tiger.
I thought you were taking Tiger too. I was like, he's gonna snatch him right out from underneath me, and I'm gonna be really sad about this.
All right. And now, hey, I'm not gonna lie, I got real self-conscious about my first pick, so we're gonna just now after these 2 picks. But
So I got some bullet points of stats. Want me to rip
yes,
through them?
let's do Tiger's stuff.
All right. So Tiger Woods, 82 PGA Tour wins. It's tied for the most all time. 9 ahead of Jack Nicklaus, though. So there's a couple comparisons to, Nicklaus here. 15 major wins, which is second only to Jack Nicklaus's 18. Tiger Woods is 14-1 when going into the final round of a major tournament with at least a share of the lead. So the majors, the 4 big tournaments of the year. So 14-1 when he's at least tied going into the final round. That's absurd.
That's crazy.
He has the lowest scoring average in PGA Tour history. He won all 4 majors in a row in a 2000 to 2001 season, which became known as the Tiger Slam. So at one point in time, he held the crown to all 4 of the biggest tournaments in a season. He's won 22.8% of his professional starts on tour, which in an individual sport like golf, where you're playing, 130 guys a week, that's pretty ridiculous. And the one that I found the most interesting, so you guys aren't big golf fans, but strokes are right. 1 stroke is kind of a big deal in terms of golf. So the tournament average when Tiger Woods is playing in a tournament is 1 stroke worse when he just is physically there, whether he wins or not. If he's in the tournament, the field plays 1 stroke worse than if he's not even there.
That's wild.
So his sheer fact of him showing up to play the tournament makes everybody else worse just by him being there. That to me was like kind of the standout stat.
Yeah, the mental, like they're beat before they even take the field there.
Yeah. So there's a lot of bad things you could probably say about Tiger, but we're looking at the athletic part of this,
Yes.
And I think as an individual athlete going up against the fields that you have to with, 130 something players each week, that kind of makes him, to me, the number 1.
Also a solid number 1. Can't complain.
That's
yeah.
I should have taken him. I'm kind of glad I didn't because you had the stats. I didn't have the stats laid out like you do.
That would have been really sad.
I remember hearing about that regression. Stats. Do you guys hear that?
Yeah. It's a little howling. It's all right.
We're seeing that there was an ESPN segment like a few years ago talking about how like players subconsciously perform worse when Tiger's on the field. And that's pretty hilarious. So
yeah, that is.
Good job, Joey.
That is like
Like,
just a wild stat, man.
yeah.
You're like just to have that much, just like sway. You know what I mean? Just show up somewhere and people are like, "Oh shit, Tiger's
Oh
here."
shit, Tiger's here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a really good podcast series out there. I think I told you guys about it. But it's called Chasing Majors, and a golf journalist did an interview with Tiger's caddy Stevie from the earlier days, and they go through each like tournament or major tournament that they won together. And Stevie talks a ton about like just the impact of just Tiger being there and how people that, were favorites going into tournaments and stuff. And just his sheer, just by showing up there and hitting some of the shots he did, that you could just physically watch people like mentally crumble around him just by him being who he was.
And not to compare myself to Tiger Woods, I don't want to. But I do
Where's
fishing
this
tournaments.
going?
No, I do fishing tournaments and small time. I want to I'm not trying to put this in like Tiger Woods stuff, but I know what you're talking about. There's certain guys like that'll come to our tournaments, and when somebody shows up, who we call him a stick, like in fishing, he's a stick. Like
it's the same term in
Stick
golf.
man.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's like this guy is. That guy showing up, you're waiting to see what his score is. Like you know what I mean? You can fish as hard as you can, whatever. But that guy's in the tournament. You're like, well, I got to wait till Dusty, he puts his fish up. Otherwise, I'm not going to feel like I won this thing. And I kind of like get that feeling from the other side of it. That's what I'm saying. I'm not Tiger Woods here, but like showing up to something and be like, fuck, this guy's here. All right. I guess I'll try to win. But that's wild. So that's why I actually really like that stat. All right. Are you guys ready for my number 3 pick?
I am.
I can't believe he's still here. No, I can. I said I feel a little bit self-conscious about it. You guys will
Just
confirm this. I want to explain a little before I do this.
No,
Man.
This one is from the heart. This one is from the heart. This is for me personally. This is the first
it's a
person.
skateboarder.
This is the first person I thought of.
It's Tony Hawk.
Fucking Hawk, man. All right, you know what? I want Tony Hawk.
It's Tony Hawk.
The inventor of the
We both called
900. It is.
He did the 900.
The greatest
doing
athlete I have
1080s now?
ever watched in my life. He is like a god among men. Like just the way Tiger was for golf is the way Tony was for skateboarding. He's ridiculous.
It's not wrong. Yeah.
And like I played his games when I was a kid. I skateboarded when I was a kid because of him. I've watched. I will recommend some documentaries about him. There's one called "To the Wheels Fall Off" is on HBO Go. If you have not seen that, check that out about Tony Hawk and just like how he came up and everything. It was just it's incredible. He's an incredible athlete, and I think specifically the 900. I don't know if were you guys into like skateboarding and the X Games and all that stuff when you were younger.
Yeah.
All right. I remember like I don't know if I can't remember if I was actually watching when the 900 happened. I don't think so, but like I was in the world of that. I was watching skateboarding and all that stuff, and I remember hearing about it and like the moment. If you haven't seen it in that documentary, they really cover the moment that it happened. So like he had been trying it for. If people don't know the 900, it's 2.5 spins in the air and a vert ramp. It's an insane trick. Like when he did it, nobody was doing this. It was ridiculous. It'd be like somebody dunking from the 3-point line or something. It's ridiculous. So, anyways, he was doing it during a best trick competition during the X Games. Okay, he had never done it before. Had never been landed, and he literally, basically stopped the competition. Everybody stopped the competition and we're just watching him do this. And I forget how many times he tried, but it had to be like 20 or 30 times. Literally just going up and down the ramp, like beating himself up with the crowd there. And I'm like, there's just no way in today's sports you could ever capture that kind of moment where literally, if you guys watch the clip, all the other competitors, all the other skateboarders are right before he does it, they're like putting their hands on him and like going, come on, man, come on. Like everybody's rooting him on to hit this thing. The crowd is there. It's amped up. When he finally lands it, everybody mobs him in the middle of the ramp. It's just the most ridiculous sports moment I've ever seen in my life. It's been an impact on me. I've remembered it my whole life. Tony Hawk is such a cool dude. I had him on my team, man. Tony Hawk, what do you guys think?
I don't remember and have such fond memories of it, but I think without Tony Hawk, skateboarding and the X Games and all of those sports in general aren't where they are, right? Like that entire world of like Nitro Circus and all that stuff, like that stuff doesn't exist without Tony Hawk, right? Like,
well, I think it doesn't happen. Oh, sorry.
No, like go ahead, but like, yeah, I mean, he started it all. He got everybody into it, you know. And then the video games came out, and you know that's part of it. And I think
like
I
he
like
mainstreamed
like the big thing.
Yeah,
like even Tony Hawk mentioned like he made his money because of Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2.
Yeah,
right, like that, and it's one of the best video games I've ever played. So that's kind of what I can say about it. Like, I think that's why he became as famous as he did. Like the 900 is cool and all, but like it was still skateboarding. No one really cared about skateboarding until Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
It's like, let me do a 900 of the game. No, he like I would actually compare him to Jordan in the sense of like how he commercialized the like the sport.
Yeah.
Like Jordan became like Nike and the Jordan brand and the shoes and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like that wasn't a thing until Jordan did it. Like the games and all that stuff wasn't a thing until Tony did it, and he's the GOAT, man. I'm telling you guys, watch that Till the Wheels Fall Off documentary on HBO. It's so good.
Till the wheels fall off.
Yeah,
put it on the list.
I like that.
Put it on the list. Put it on the actual watch list.
Yeah.
But, all right. So do I get the next pick here?
Snake draft.
Dang, I didn't get the first pick. Shit.
Ooh, okay. I can go a couple different ways here. I'm gonna go a little conservative. I had a few things I was gonna maybe do here. I was gonna maybe go full action sports and just run down the list of the GOATs. But I'm gonna take Lionel Messi.
Oh no!
Sorry, man. I knew there was probably on your list, Joey. I need an all-time great on my list.
Shoot!
And taking Messi. It's the world's game. Is he considered like the greatest player ever? Right?
Yeah.
Him and Ronaldo.
I think so.
Yeah,
no, I think
the
consensus more goes towards Messi.
Right.
Yeah, I gotta take Messi, man. He's a short guy like me, out there doing it. You know, short king power. Sorry, Joe. I feel like I just messed up your draft there.
That's fine. Do you want some of his stats since I have?
Yes.
Them
Go ahead. Read this.
I'll help you out. All right. He has the most Ballon d'Ors. I'm butchering that, but that's like basically like the soccer MVP. Like, but they do it for all of the world, so it's not just like by league. So he's got 7 of those. He has led Europe, so the entire continent of Europe, 6 times in goals. La Liga. So now we're into his league. So he played in La Liga with Barcelona for I think 21. No, how many seasons? I don't remember. 17 or something like that. Most goals in La Liga, so 474 goals. So that's 28 goals a season. Most goals in La Liga and a European season. So that includes like the Champions League and all that stuff. 50. He has 36 hat tricks in La Liga and 8 in the Champions League. So the Champions League is like runs right once a year. So he has 8 hat tricks there. And he has the most assists in La Liga, which is 192. Which is 11 per season, and then single season record. This is absurd. 21 assists in a season, while also scoring on average 28 goals a season in La Liga. So it's filthy. It's absolutely unreal how
dirty.
Good he is. And the thing I don't know if you ever watched, but like there's this theory about like Messi that at the beginning of games he's very uninvolved in the game. So after kickoff, right, he'll spend the first like 5 minutes just kind of floating around the middle of the field. He's not looking to get the ball. He's not looking to engage or anything. And his head is on a swivel. And he is reading the entire game flow of the other team. So like what their setup is, what their like strategy is. And like he figures out where the holes are and everything. And then like after a few minutes, he becomes super engaged in it. And he just, he figures it out. It's just really cool to watch somebody, you know, a la like Tiger or Jordan or like that, who just the game comes so quickly to them and they're just like students of it. And it's you can't go wrong with Messi. It's a great choice.
Thank you, sir. I think it's a great thing about these athletes that we're naming. It's just like they're so like just watching them do their craft, you know what I mean, is half the enjoyment of it. Chris, you got any thoughts on Messi?
I feel like Joey said it all. I'm not watching Premier League too much. The assist is really nice. Been watching a lot of Ted Lasso, and I know passing is a very important part of soccer.
Wrong league.
Wrong.
Oh, he's not even in. Was he in La Liga?
Not anymore. No, he's in the French league.
Oh, excuse me. Jesus,
that's fine.
Okay, these guys move around like every 2 years. Feels like.
I did see Messi play in person, and I saw him score, and the entire stadium stood up, and they were bowing to him as if he was a god, and they were chanting Messi. It was unbelievable.
That had to be cool. No,
It was
honestly, I feel really bad about this pick. I feel like I really took it from you.
That's cool. He was fourth on my list, so that's fine.
Okay, he was a little deeper. I figured he would get picked, so that's why I was like, all right, my other picks I could probably hang on to him. So
I got time to come up with somebody else.
oh, that's right, because you only did 5. All right.
I did. I got to think here. I got
backups. All right, so but is Chris is next, or is it you next?
It's Joseph.
It's me. All right, I'm gonna go. My number 2 pick, Serena Williams.
Oh, nice. All right,
that was gonna be mine. Yeah, there you go.
Yes,
Serena.
Serena, 13 Grand Slam singles titles, the most women's singles matches won in a major, 367. It's unbelievable. She won 10 majors after turning 30.
Yeah.
Which is
crazy.
And she won multiple majors in a year 7 times. So more than one, which that's filthy. There's 4 big tournaments, and she won multiple. It's unbelievable. And then 23 and 10 in Grand Slam tournament finals. So more than 50% of the time when she made it to the finals in one of the 4 biggest tournaments, she was walking out of there with the trophy. And I think also similar to the ones we've already named, tennis probably isn't as big. Women's tennis is probably not mainstream in America. The rest of the world probably, but she pretty much put it on the map I remember getting like Sports Illustrated magazines as a kid, and there was she was always on the cover, right? Her and Venus were like all over it. Yeah, Serena Williams, can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong there. We have yet to make a bad. No, there's no chicken salad yet in this draft.
Chris is saving it. He said.
Okay, hang on. Hey, that's too far with the chicken salad. Chicken salad was still a good pick.
I don't know. Now I guess I got a few picks.
I gotta find a chicken salad kind of pick here in athlete form.
Well, Chris, you got any thoughts on Serena? Or you want to just give us your pick?
Serena's fantastic.
Yeah.
All the stats Joey made, I was gonna make and more. So I've been watching Serena. I feel like my entire life. Right, she finally retired 2 weeks ago, and then she even joked that she might come back, pull a Tom Brady. So yeah,
I hope she doesn't. I hope she just
walks out.
Just
goes off into the sunset.
Yeah, just be you.
Just be you.
All right, Chris.
Yeah. I got Wayne Gretzky.
All right, he was on my list.
He it was one of those things where it's like, I know he's the top guy at Why. He's the great one. I'm pretty sure that's the nickname, which is close to my other pick of the greatest. Career points, he has 2,857 career NHL points. To put that in perspective, number 2, Jaromir Jagr, is 1,921. So he has 900 more points than the next guy. And Jaromir Jagr has played 50 years. Jaromir Jagr has played my entire life. I feel like that guy, I think he's 45, still playing hockey.
Still in the league.
The fact nobody is touching that record.
No.
Connor McDavid, is a name that people talk about now. But no, Wayne Gretzky, 1,963 assists compared to 1,249. So it's I don't know. It's Wayne Gretzky. It's insane that he got traded 2 hours after, or there was rumblings that he was going to be traded 2 hours after winning the Stanley Cup with Edmonton. It worked out for Edmonton, kind of, but
I know nothing about hockey.
He's still, he's the greatest, and he has to be on this list. So Wayne Gretzky.
I think that's valid.
I think it's good.
900 more points than the next closest person is unreal.
That's ridiculous, man.
That's crazy. And Jaromir Jagr's played forever.
Jaromir Jagr's the most fun name, which is why I still remember his name, right?
Yeah.
But
he's not on the list. We should do a name list. A name list would be a good one.
Nice.
Just a name draft?
Jaromir Jagr.
Ooh, now I don't know where to go here.
Well, I got another pick.
Chris is up.
Oh God.
I am scrambling.
I can go if you're not ready.
No. I'll go. I think this might be on someone's list. Joey, I hope you have the stats from. Is Usain Bolt?
I do not have Usain Bolt.
No, all right, no, he's not on my list.
Okay.
Great choice. He was on my thought list, but I didn't choose him.
Oh man,
what he did in the 100-meter put we're talking about putting like a sport on the map,
Yeah.
like that, and the iconic picture of like, yeah, this is me. You're probably wondering how I got here, kind of picture.
Yeah.
It's incredible what he was doing. He was a man amongst boys in the Olympic Games,
Yeah.
just doing the craziest stuff. And the fact that I watched a documentary about him, and he was supposed to be in like the 800 meter or trained for that, but he wasn't. He was too lazy. He didn't. It was too far of a distance for him, but because of his length, that made more sense for him. But he's like, no, I'm going to do the 100 meter. He dominated the 100 meters. So
Yeah.
Usain Bolt. I got no other stats on him, but yeah.
The fact that there's a picture of him winning a race and like looking over and smiling as he's crossing the finish line, that's my favorite.
Yeah.
Usain
That
Bolt
says a
moment.
lot.
Like just
Talk about a good name too.
yeah,
Usain Bolt.
perfect running name.
Yeah. That seems made up.
I like it. It's a good choice.
Good choice, Chris. Joey, is this finally gonna be our chicken salad?
Well, keeping on the Olympics list and
Oh.
talking about men amongst boys,
We going
the best Olympic athlete of all time, Michael Phelps.
Yeah, he was on my list. Oh, I
Michael.
meant to. Yeah,
Michael Phelps, you can't.
good one.
I think Phelps deserves it over Usain Bolt, but
Usain Bolt was more fun for me.
fair. All right. Michael Phelps, most medals of all time with 28, 23
That's-
gold medals, the most gold medals. He has 13 gold individuals, which is a record, and the individual record total he owns was 16. He has the most golds at a single game, 8 in Beijing, and he is the most successful athlete at 4 consecutive Olympics in a row. So in Athens, he won 6 medals, Beijing, he won 8, London 6, and Rio 6.
Damn.
That's pretty much any time he got in the pool, he was winning, and he was winning a lot of them. And I mean, he did it with teams and individuals. So and again, I think another person who changed to, or put
Yeah.
swimming on the map for people. I mean, everybody knows who Michael Phelps is.
I watched the swimming when he was swimming.
I watched the
Yeah.
swimming.
I watched this.
I watched the swimming. I'm not a big Olympics guy. Michelle's more the Olympics person in our family here. But so Michelle always watches. But when Phelps was going, I was like, hey, I gotta watch Phelps.
I don't think I watched the last Olympics swimming because he wasn't in it.
I watched.
No.
I think I
some
watched
of
the
people.
female. The female had a girl in it that was supposed to be really good. But
Katie
anyways,
Ledecky.
yes.
Yeah, Ledecky. That's who it was.
Yeah. She's pretty good
Ledecky
too.
time. She's
She'll get there. Phelps did, he was doing the coverage. Like
That's right.
He was doing announcing or whatever for it.
He's going Sal Masakela.
Phelps was the first athlete that I learned about sleeping in a hyperbolic time chamber or not, hyperbolic chamber
Yeah.
to help your body recover faster. I think that was kind of like new technology at the time, and he kind of was on the forefront of that. I feel like.
I feel like I remember him doing the cup thing too, like for like one of the
Yeah.
first people that showed up with like all the cup marks on his back, and it was like, what are those? And I was like, oh, everybody started doing the cup
Starts-
therapy.
Yeah, which,
Starts winning
Suction-
golds.
suction. Wins gold. Everybody's got to be a part
Everybody's
of
got to
it.
do that. All right, is my pick.
It is
Yeah.
your pick.
This is my third pick. All right, you know what? I think this is probably going to be the chicken salad pick of the draft here. I've so far my draft is shaping up. I went with kind of a heart pick. My only true number one first. I went with the safe pick, number 2 of a true great. I wanted a Chicago representative. I'm a big Chicago sports fan. We, for the most part, all are. I can go a couple different ways here. I have 3 names down. Maybe we can go over them later. So this athlete is definitely not on the par of any of the athletes we've named before, but it's a heart pick for me. I'm going with Mark Burley for my number 3 pick.
Okay.
Pitcher for the Chicago White Sox. Yes.
Well, I think
Mark-
we know whose list is losing this.
Burley. No, this one, you know what? You guys can suck it. Perfect games. I mean, he's a perfect game and a no hitter, right?
he's two
Two
no-hitters
no-hitters?
or 3 no-hitters. Oh man, how many is it?
He's got a World Series ring.
He's got the
The
perfect
fact
game
that we
where-
can't name that.
He's got so many. I haven't looked him up.
He's had so many.
So I will, as you guys are maybe you're seeing here with a theme in my list. I'm going to go to a specific memory. Mark Burley's perfect game, one of 2 possibly. No, he had a perfect game. I believe it was against Tampa, right?
Yeah, in 2009. With the
2009.
catch from Dwayne Wise in center.
The catch from Dwayne Wise in center to save the thing. But I remember because I was driving home from work at the time, and this was before like Spotify and everything. I was just listening to the radio and had the game on, and I noticed that they did not say the hits when they went to the break. and I realized that he had, a no-hitter going, and I was really excited. And I remember I got home because I think it was my drive was almost an hour. I got home in time to watch the 9th inning. So like I remember I'm speeding in, I'm listening to the whole way, and they're like he's saying, I think after he gets to the 8th inning, the announcer goes, he's going to the 9th with a perfect game or no hits or something like that. No hits going to the 9th or something like that. When they finally were able to say it, right? Because of how baseball also don't want to jinx everything. I remember I was texting my dad, I was texting my brother, I was texting people like, hey guys, he's got it. Let's turn the Sox game on. I don't think I even said anything. I just said turn the Sox game on. Then that hit, if you guys, people have probably never seen this game, but he almost gives up a hit, goes to the wall. Dwayne Wise makes a miraculous catch. YouTube this thing, saves the perfect game, and I just remember losing my mind in my living room. Is one of my favorite sports moments of all time, just because I got to watch it happen. I've seen a perfect game since. It was ridiculous. I couldn't believe I got to see it. So on that alone, he goes into my Chicago athlete ring for my top 5, and I'm taking Mark Buehrle. So
yeah. I remember where I was when Mark Buehrle threw the perfect game. I saw the game on, and I'm like, oh, I need to take a nap. And I slept right through the game.
I remember where I was. Sleeping.
I vividly remember, like, oh, cool, the Sox are on. Oh, I'm tired. And then, like, what?
You wake up, it was a perfect game.
Mark Buehrle, he's the only pitcher in MLB history to ever throw multiple no-hitters and win multiple Gold Gloves. He is probably the most underrated MLB pitcher of all time.
He was awesome.
I didn't know pitchers could win Gold Gloves.
Oh, yeah, they get one every year. Yeah. Only one of them gets it, though. That's why the fact that he won multiple is insane. And he is, I don't know if there's a list of this, but he was the fastest pitcher ever.
Yeah,
like, he didn't need a pitch clock. He would just keep going. When going into that perfect game, or during that perfect game, during his no hitters, he would, like, a lot of pitchers would like sit by themselves and, like, really don't touch me, don't go near me. He was just chilling in the clubhouse, like, just laid back, did not care.
I remember that about him too. He was talking
just went
to
out and
everybody.
did it. The fact that he threw 89 his entire career, just ground ball pitcher, he would just throw meat on that ball.
He's throwing meat out there. He's throwing meat out there. Yeah, that's what I remember about him. He was not like a phenom. He was not some like amazing pitcher. He just wore you down, man. He wore you down, and he was so fast. I remember that. I loved when he pitched, because baseball games take forever, and like his games were over like 2.5 hours. That's 3 hours. I'm like, oh, we're done.
He wasn't flashy. He just was good at what he did. He did what he did well. I like it. All
right. What he did, and personal favorite. So I go with Mark Buehrle.
Convinced me to have him on the list.
Yeah, I don't know if he's quite deserving with these other athletes, but
he's not going to even make the Hall of Fame, which is a tragedy, because he's a 4-time Gold Glove, 1 perfect game, 1 no hitter, World Series champ, 5-time All-Star, Mark Buehrle.
Real quick question: are either of you guys going to go with a Chicago athlete? Because then I can give you my other 2 options.
I was not planning to.
I have one down as my backup pick to Messi, but I don't think you're going to pick him.
You want to hear mine, or you want to save it at the end? If I have 2 options. All right,
you've got 2 more picks, so use them as you choose.
Well, no, I don't think I'm gonna. I don't think I'm gonna go with those guys. So, well, we'll save it at the end. All right.
Yeah.
Who's next?
You're next.
You.
Oh, me. Oh, yes, right. Okay. Now I'm a little caught off guard here. So what am I? I'm a 3rd pick. I got a 4th pick. Ooh. All right. I'm gonna stay with baseball. I'm gonna take Mariano Rivera, the greatest closer of all time.
Yeah.
Titus, I think your list is slipping here. I'm going to need a really good recovery.
Oh, my 5th pick is going to be bad. So just a heads up.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I'm going to take Mariano Rivera, who's another guy that I thought of. I remember Rivera. The dude was nasty, his cutter. I wasn't a New York fan, but I loved watching him. So I'm going with Rivera. Great. I want the greatest at something, and he was the greatest closer ever. So.
All right. That's probably fair.
Yeah. Greatest closer ever.
I think that's fair. So you went instead of like greatest at his position, right? So you're
So I'm pretty sure Trevor Hoffman has more career saves than Mariano Rivera. Just
at the time that he was pitching.
I know Trevor Hoffman played in San Diego, change up kind of pitcher, not as flashy. Didn't play in New York as Mariano Rivera, but
hey, you were the baseball man.
But
Everybody knows Mariano Rivera, though. I mean,
Yeah.
The casual sports fan, you say that name, they know who it is. You say Trevor Hoffman, and you're probably going to get some eyebrow raises.
That's what I said. Who?
Anyways,
All right, move on. My list is slipping. Anyways, yeah, sorry, my list is slipping.
Anyway, I'm nervous now. I got to follow this up. All right. Well, this is where I was going to take
those two picks.
This is where I was going to take Messi, but I can't. So I'm going to go back to the Olympics. I have another Olympic athlete. Following my solo sport trend, gymnast Simone Biles.
Oh, all right.
That's a good one. Yeah.
A couple quick stats on her. So tied for the most Olympic medals by an American gymnast with 7. She is the most decorated gymnast in history with 25 world championship medals and the most world golds with 19. She's won the most all-around titles at 5. She's the 6th woman in history to win individual all-around at the Olympics and the World Championships. And she's the first person in 20 years to win a medal on every event that she was eligible for at the Olympics or the Worlds. And she did it in 2018. And I think similar to the other people on my list, she is somebody who put gymnastics on the map, I think, for a lot of people. The Fierce Five or Fierce and whatever, Fab Five, whatever their nickname was in London, really springboarded, no pun intended, them into the national spotlight and gymnastics for a lot of people. I mean, I definitely became a gymnastics fan in the Olympics because of it. I mean, it was just cool to watch and experience, and now I watch it. And I mean, Simone Biles.
I think she also put mental health on the map for athletes.
Yeah.
Like, you know, Kevin Love and DeMar DeRozan were kind of doing that for basketball, but she really got it out there in the mainstream.
Yeah, much different, I think, in the national stage, like at the Olympics versus at the NBA level.
And Kevin Love on
and to cost her gold medals, essentially, right?
I walked away from gold medals at a once every 4 years event that I can probably never do again. But I guess when you have this, what is it, the spins, right?
You can't do it.
You don't know where you are when you're flipping around in the air. Like, that sounds scary as all.
I'm not doing that.
I'm not doing it if I don't have the spins.
I'm not even doing a somersault, man.
Yeah. So Simone Biles.
Nice.
I honestly, I can't believe my pick is still on this list. Titus, I'm ashamed of you.
Okay.
It's Tom Brady, isn't it?
It's Tom Brady.
Okay, yes. I did. He was on my deep cut.
Are you kidding? He's not deep cut. This guy has every NFL record. Are you joking me right now? Mariano Rivera?
I messed up.
Brady?
You did mess up.
I forgot about Brady. You know what? I did not write him down.
I grew up hating Tom Brady.
I grew up loving Brady
quarterback.
Too.
Hate the guy. You know, he's deflated footballs. He's a spaz. I've come full circle on Tom Brady ever since Tampa Bay, really, and winning the Super Bowl there and just playing at this level. His TikToks are great, but just he has 485 career passing completions. Oh, sorry. No, I want touchdowns. 625 touchdowns. He has the most career quarterback wins at 244, which 244 doesn't sound like a lot, but you can only max out at 16. And usually some guys only win like maybe 10. The fact that he has 244 is incomprehensible.
That's
like
a lot.
84,000 career passing yards. I wish I had the stats in front of me, which showed compared to how many, but he's 7-time Super Bowl champion, 5-time MVP, 3-time MVP, 2-time Offensive Player of the Year, 15-time Pro Bowler, all decades team of the 2000s and the 2010s, which is fun to see. He's just, it's Tom Brady. He won a Sports Illustrated Sportsman of the Year in 2005 and in 2021.
That's the stat.
16-year gap between Sportsman of the Year awards.
Actually, this is a miss by me. He's one of my favorite. He's my favorite quarterback ever. And you know what? So a couple of things. One, I'm glad Big Daddy Kumquat doesn't seem to be in the chat tonight because he would roast me alive for not picking Tommy touchdown. And I remember the first one that they won. I was definitely watching that one, freaking out because I was rooting for them, the underdogs against the Rams. And I was a fan ever since then. I think I soured a little bit when he went to Tampa Bay because everybody jumped on the bandwagon when he won 7, And I was like, I had been telling people for years, I'm like, he's the greatest of all time. He's going to be, and nobody would listen to me. Everybody hated him. And then as soon as he goes to Tampa, it was just all like, oh, you know what? He is great. Oh, thank you. I've been saying it.
I had to be fair, I had a roommate in college who was a Patriots fan, so I had to not root for Tom Brady.
Yeah.
But yeah, no,
I
I
think
think Tom Brady is universally loved today. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hey.
Oh, he's in there?
He's there. You called him out. He wasn't going to do it.
Let's see. He says, Big Daddy Kumquat.
Oh.
Hey.
Oh, God.
Okay, you do it. You do it.
All right, I do it. Oh, you're roasted, sunshine. Yes, I'm sorry, Big Daddy Kumquat. I apologize. This was a miss by me. Okay, Tommy Brady should have been in it. I fucking took Mariano Rivera like a fucking slow.
Yeah, you did. And Mark Burley right before that.
No, Burley. I'll stand by Burley. Rivera is the one I missed, and I was gonna take this guy number 5.
Burley's at least like anyways.
Yeah, Burley's a personal pick.
Brady's a good pick.
Do you have any
No, I was just gonna say.
Brady?
I think when he went to Tampa Bay, I wasn't a big Tom Brady fan, but I am not a huge fan now. But like, I could tolerate him. I think because like his personality changed. Like in New England, he was like super serious. You know, I'm sick of all business, and I think like he kind of hated the dynasty. But then like, I mean, once you saw him like drunk and throwing trophies across boats to Gronk, it just kind of became like, I don't know. It made him seem like more like a normal person, right?
Yeah.
And that amused me. And he made sure Gronk came back to football for a year, which Gronk is fun.
Yeah,
So,
can't argue there.
Gronk is fun.
Gronk is fun. Yeah, this is a miss. Good pick, Chris.
All right, Chris, you got your last pick here.
Okay. So my last pick, I'm going to go out in left field here. I've been pretty chalky. I feel like every pick
Ali,
I've had.
Brady.
Ali, Gretzky, Bolton, Brady.
Damn, all right.
Well, I could have gone Phelps and Brady, but yeah. So my last pick is more of a future athlete.
Oh wow! Okay,
I'm wowed by what he's been doing right now.
Rudy Gobert.
And nobody is talking about it. We can't do basketball. This is no basketball. And nobody talks about it because he's on a team that nobody is losing, and it's Shohei Ohtani.
I like it,
guys.
This is a football player.
I like it. No, that's a great choice.
The MVP of Silver Slugger last season. He's
on the Angels.
He's the only batter pitcher in baseball. He's been compared to Babe Ruth. Nobody has played like this since Babe Ruth, guys. Like it's been 100 years.
Baby Ruth.
And nobody talks about him. Like your guys' reaction to Shohei Ohtani is like,
I have no idea who he is.
No, that's absolutely perfect.
Yeah. He's pitching.
That's a great choice.
His ERA is 2.54 this season at 140 innings so far. He has 34 home runs.
He's a starting pitcher?
Yes.
He's a starting pitcher and a DH. Sometimes he won't play right field, but he's been DH. And he bats first for the Los Angeles Angels, who have two of the top players in baseball and are still last in the AL West. So Shohei Ohtani is the most incredible athlete I think that we have seen in current day, and nobody talks about him.
That's great. Absolutely fantastic choice.
Now I learned about him. But that's the thing with baseball though. You can have these really great players on teams, but their teams suck, and then nobody hears about them.
Yeah.
That's
like Trevor Hoffman.
Choice,
not
Chris.
like Trevor Hoffman, but
that's a great choice, Chris.
Right.
Joe?
Sneaky good pick. All right. Well, this is my makeup pick.
All right. This is your final pick.
My other makeup picks that I originally had down, I took off, were drivers. So I had Jimmy Johnson as potential.
This is why he knows he can just say it because
Gordon
took him off.
Dale Earnhardt.
I also had Lewis Hamilton on there as well.
Yeah.
But I'm not ultimately going with them. I'm going with the Chicago athlete. And I'm kind of going similar to how Titus did with Mariano Rivera here, but, the best at their position at the time they were playing. So I'm going to go with Devin Hester.
He was on my list. He was my other Chicago guy.
Devin Hester.
Yes. No, it was electric.
20 total return touchdowns, NFL record in his career, 14 punt returns, NFL record as well. And then in a single season, 6 total return touchdowns. Also, I think, opening the Super Bowl, the only person to ever do it and probably will ever do it, especially now with kickoff rules the way they are. returning the opening kickoff of the Super Bowl for a touchdown, and the longest field goal, missed return, all those just like big Showtime plays. I think, it endears him to a lot of people. And I think, for the excitement he brought, and certainly, I mean, we all remember it for.
It was the most fun year of watching the Bears.
Yes.
Right.
I think I'll ever have.
It was just, you were excited to see a punt, right? Like, how often are you excited to see like that aspect of the football game, right? The kickoff and the punt. Like, that's not really exciting. And it was like, those were moments, like people had jerseys for a kick returner, and that
I did.
That's not probably something we'll see, happen again. I mean, and he was a dedicated kick returner. They tried to make him wide receiver, but like that was what he did. And there's not many guys who do that. And I'm sure there's a lot of better football players. Don't come at me in, our comments here, but Bo Jackson and Deion Sanders and all these guys, like, there's plenty of other people out there, but for me that I remember, and I can not relate to, but, have memories of Devin Hester.
I remember before that Super Bowl, there was an announcer or like one of the pregame guys were saying like, well, the Bears can't rely on Devin Hester to, get a return for a touchdown in the Super Bowl. And then he did it literally on the opening play. It's like, well, why not? What do you mean?
Yeah.
Like, he's been doing it all season.
Devin Hester, man.
That was the best part, is because nobody ever expected him to do it, but then he did it like 7 times.
He just kept doing it, and they kept kicking to him.
Yeah. Like,
It's wild
he didn't.
It's wild he didn't get in the Hall of Fame on the first ballot.
Yeah, he'll get there, but
He will.
he literally changed the game.
He did.
They changed the rules because of him.
They did. So
I?
Well, so my list, just before you go, last picks, I had Tiger, Serena, Michael Phelps, Simone Biles, and Devin Hester.
All right, Chris, what was your final list?
Ali, Gretzky, Bolt, Brady, Otani.
Nice. All right.
Hawk, Messi, Burley.
Hawk, Messi, Burley, Rivera, and
Is it like Bobby Jenks here? What's going on?
Hawk, Messi,
Bob
Burley,
Burnquist.
Rivera. Close. No, I will be taking another action sport guy. I actually almost went. I have a lot of. I almost went all action sport guys.
Can I guess? I think I know who
Is
it
it
is.
Shaun
No,
White?
It's Shaun White.
No, it's not. Shaun White was the
Ooh.
only guy that I did not have on my list. Again, this is a kind of a personal pick. I am taking the Condor, Matt Hoffman. He is the
It's a deep
BMX
cut. Okay.
BMX rider. Now, the thing with him is that before like all the X Games stuff and Tony Hawk started going big, Matt was the greatest before then. But by the time that all that stuff happened, he was so broken and messed up that he couldn't actually do it anymore the way he used to. And so people don't really remember him as being like the godfather of BMX. But he is absolutely the godfather of BMX. I remember like Dave Mira and some of these other guys. And like Pastranas and all, for BMX or the motocross. But the Condor, Matt Hoffman, he has another, he has a 30 for 30 documentary. I forget the name of it. But it's about the invention of the big ramp. He kind of pioneered these huge ramps that guys use now. Like, I've been watching X Games now where these guys are jumping like 100-foot gaps on these giant ramps. He was doing that like in his backyard on plywood and getting towed in by a motocross bike. Yeah, Birth of Big Air. That's what it was. And the stuff he did is just bonkers and wild. And I don't know how he's alive, but go ahead.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I was thinking of when I went to the X Games at US Bank Stadium 2 years ago, and they had that ramp there. I'm pretty sure it was that ramp. I think because it was like a bike and they were like going really high up, and then they come down. And the last guy does his thing. He goes up and then he like kind of like just falls. He like kind of like when
I think I remember
was like fishtail. And he just fell, and everyone's like, "Oh, shit. Like, it was a wild event.
Gnarly.
It was just like every single time you think that's gonna happen, and they just keep completing it. It was the last guy; he couldn't do it, but
it takes balls of steel to do what those guys do.
Yeah, Hoffman was another guy that I idolized coming up.
That's fair.
So
I had a phase. Do you guys remember like the Tech Decks? The little
I remember Tech Decks.
And like they had the little bikes too, like the BMX bikes. Like when I was in my phase of that stuff, I had the little bikes, and I remember Matt Hoffman, and I used it. You'd ride your bike, and then you would like, what is it? You would pull the front brake and lean forward and kind of spin the background. That was my only trick I could do, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever because I was kind of like Matt Hoffman.
I could do a bar spin. That was probably
that was called bar spin.
Bar spin. No, bar spin is where you
spin the front,
spin
right?
the handlebars. Yeah.
Oh man. We should try this again. This should be our 4th of July adventure.
A big trick.
Yeah.
Contest.
BMX
Get
bike
around.
tricks.
BMX bike tricks. Or we're already trying to hurt ourselves with the dunk.
There will be
contest.
more hospital trips if we try that than if we
Yeah.
do a dunk contest.
All right. So my final list then is Tony Hawk, Messi, Mark Burley, Mariano Rivera. I feel like I should get. Oh, can I replace Mariano Rivera? Since
Who's
nobody's-
your
Who would
backup
you
pick?
replace him with?
Who? Which of my other bad picks would I replace him with?
I'm just interested in whatever picks.
I'm just curious what else you had on the list.
Oh, okay, I was going to tell you my rest of my list. So I won't replace him. I'll live with that pick. But here's the rest of my list. I had Kelly Slater and Rob Machado, both surfers.
Okay.
I had Travis Pastrana. Jonathan Taves was my other Chicago guy, and the guy that I would replace Mariano Rivera with. What was he at? 2 cups, 3 cups?
3.
Johnny Toes, he was the best. And then the final athlete I have written down here is BJ Penn, MMA fighter.
Ooh, MMA. That's not a
Yeah,
bad, that's not a bad
we
avenue
didn't-
to
we didn't
go.
go-
Because we
Yeah,
did like
no,
George
he-
St. Pierre, there's a couple other guys you could do.
Chris got Ali. You
Conor-
got fight.
How about
fight.
Mayweather for a second? That's what I got to. We
Yeah.
got Ali at least.
You got Ali.
got Ali. But BJ Penn was my MMA fighter of preference because he was crazy. One of the best
So-
fights I've ever seen.
The overall theme that I see through our list,
Yes.
we definitely tried to pick probably not the best athletes, I would say, actually, like in terms of like actual athleticism.
Yes.
But we picked people who changed the sports that they were a part of and made them more mainstream or more popular, or just really changed the game, which probably fits with how we talk about basketball. Because when we talk about basketball, we don't often talk about really the best, like where our really like allegiances and preferences lie. It's like guys who change the way that the sport is played. So that actually fits. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, you think about like 2 of the top players in the NBA now are Luka Doncic and Nikola Jokic, and they're like really kind of chubby dudes.
Yeah.
Compared
you
to all the
wouldn't
other
consider
guys, right? Like,
super athletes, right? They're athletic for sure, but they're not in the mold of a Usain Bolt type person.
I think we need to do at some
good.
point. Maybe if we ever just need a random idea, we should do the NBA draft.
Like the
All
best.
time, we draft players like this style.
I think we'd have to come up with a list.
yeah, like the top 100.
We'd have to have like a pool to start with. 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't need Titus.
Because then
thinking
Titus.
No, I don't think we would go wild.
Muggsy Bogues.
Muggsy
Yeah.
Bogues. I just really identify with short guys.
Right. Like you would do it.
yeah.
I really loved him in Space Jam. He was a critical part.
He's going to go first. Yeah. I did have a good role in that movie.
He had a big role. You know what I mean? No,
Um,
I mean it's Jordan, LeBron, and who goes 1, 2, 3. What are the 1, 2, 3 if we did a basketball version of this?
It's always like the 3 are Jordan, LeBron, and Kareem. That's what
That's
people always
fair.
say. People have been putting Bill Russell up ever since he died. People have been higher on Bill Russell, which like
Yeah, he dies. in the
he is
zero.
top 10, Bill Russell, in my opinion, but I don't know about top 3.
I'm just curious. All right. Do you guys want to do any of our other?
We should.
Topics?
I was thinking we should save the Donnie
Donnie?
trade.
Yeah, if we could do it for preseason stuff.
save it.
All right.
because How
Do you wanna-
long? How long can we do the next pod, guys?
How
Our
long?
over unders.
Yes.
So I guess we could not tease it, but our next
Yeah.
pod will be September 28th. We're doing our over unders. And we got some good feedback last year that us picking our over unders and doing our just general picks for our stats and awards for the season was
It was good
was-
content.
good content. So we will deliver hopefully again with over unders. Chris will give us in-depth
give us-
analysis on the Orlando Magic.
How, what do you want to do your marathon podcast here, or we do 30 minutes or something a piece?
I think we got time. We got
This,
time, Chris.
this pod might be like 3 hours. Is that okay?
I think we
Yes.
can probably do like an hour and a half if we have.
I can
Yes.
easily talk about. I literally right now I can talk about the Utah Jazz is easy. Like even the Spurs. There's there's 25 teams that are trying to win this coming season out of 30. Like, it's insane what's going on. The Timberwolves are going to be 9-0 to start. I have so much to talk about, guys.
All right, you can tell
gonna
we're
be great.
chomping at the bit.
It's going to
All
be great. I'm making notes. I got lists.
Our cycle renews in 3
excited.
days. So next week we will have an entire cycle.
Oh, fantastic.
Just
So,
How many
yes,
okay.
we will burn
Great.
up 6 of our hours,
We
3 of
will
our
burn up
hours
6
doing
to the
it.
8 hours.
6
like
to 8
that.
hours. I mean, we want people to listen to this theoretically, so it can't be too long. But all right, so yeah, you guys are teasing it. We'll wrap up for tonight. Basically, that was our last off-season, off-topic podcast. So thank you guys for joining us for that, and kind of having fun with it. Let's just say we do have. There we go, baskets. Thank you. With a little clap emojis. Yes, thank you guys for our draft. So we're going to take on another off week next week. Last week we were supposed to do this podcast, but I was sick, so we held off and did it this week. So thank you guys again too for not complaining too much about that. So we're going to take off next week, and then the following week we will start every other week podcasting again, and it'll be basketball related
Every week.
Every week, yes. I said every other week. Every week, podcasting again. We're going to start with that over-unders podcast. Then we're going to do an NBA roundtable where we get some of our our favorite guests back on, hopefully to kind of join us and do a little preseason talk and just debate what's going to happen this year. And then we will do our picks the week before the season starts. We will make our preseason picks, and we always do every year. MVP, who's going to
Kind of how this whole thing got started.
Yep, how this whole thing got started.
The birthplace of the podcast.
We will be reborn for season. This is season 3 of the Box Out Boys, correct?
Our second full season because we started like January after
Yeah,
the Harden trade.
It's season 3.
Even the Sixers guys, like, want to
Think
talk
it's
about Daniel
season 3.
House and Max, like, guys.
Wow, he's
I
sicko
am,
deep. He's busting.
it's gonna be good. I'm
I have
excited.
not had my head into basketball at all, so I'm gonna have to sharpen
Don't
it
worry.
up.
Chris will bring us right there.
Yes, Chris will get us right
Bring
there.
the over. Yeah, we gotta find the over/under list. I
all you
wanted to wait until it got updated because obviously the Cavs trade and
Yep.
So
that should be it. But,
all that to say that this is will become a basketball podcast again here in the next couple of weeks, and we are very excited to start covering our 3rd season of NBA basketball. Man, you guys
Bulls
ready
going
for
to
it?
the chip? Yeah.
Bulls going to
it
the
all.
chip. Oh man, I'm so low on the Bulls right now. That's not even funny.
Well, Alonzo news was really disheartening.
It's good. It's all good.
Can
We've
Io
got a-
develop?
We've got a max player.
Wow, just keep telling yourself that.
Max Levine.
Talking
Max
like a
Levine.
Sacramento fan. 40 wins.
Oh my god.
Curious to see what the Bull. All right, yeah.
It's gonna get the Bulls. The
The
Bulls
over-under
is gonna
looks
get
like.
hot this year because I'm characteristically pessimistic, and we'll
It's
see.
gonna
What
be
happens.
great.
All right. Well, that is it for us tonight. Join us in 2 weeks to talk NBA basketball finally, and follow us on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch at the Box Out Boys. Slide in those DMs. Join us live Wednesdays around 8:30. Send us an email to theboxoutboys@gmail.com. And as always, like, subscribe, and review wherever you're watching this or listening to this at now. We very much appreciate that. So for Chris, Joey, and Adam, I'm Tyson. Until next time, Box Out!